So today we're going to learn about a new concept, and it's a concept that we haven't specifically addressed in this class before. You've seen it in your reading, you see it on commercials, you hear it on the radio, but we haven't as a class actually put a name on it. But I'm not going to tell you what the concept is. And by the end of the activity, the idea is that you will be able to tell me what the concept is, okay? So you're going to work at your tables, and I am going to give you a piece of paper. And on one side, there is an example of this concept. On the other side, there is a non-example, okay? And I want you to come up with a list of characteristics of the example that are not seen in the non-example. But again, I'm not telling you what the concept is. So you can be as broad or specific as you want. But you're going to come up with a list of characteristics that fit the example, but that do not fit the non-example. Okay? Then after this, I'm going to give you another example. And we're going to look at that one. And you are going to add to and refine your list, which may mean you need to scratch some things out. You may need to add a few things. And then we'll look at a third example to polish our list of characteristics. And then we'll have a discussion as a class to come up with the list of characteristics and see if we can figure out what the concept is. If you figure out what the concept is right away, please keep it to yourself until the discussion at the end. Okay? Does everyone understand what to do?
Yes, Ms. Drum.
All right, I'm going to hand you your examples.
So excited.
All right, so now that you have gone through the three examples and you've developed your list of characteristics, you've taken some words off, you've polished it up, you all came up with the concept. Lindsay, your table was correct. The concept is bias, so thank you. You have now developed a definition of bias. Bias is persuasive. It has more comparative words. Prejudice has a targeted audience. Uses parts of the rhetorical triangle, Aristotle. It's opinionated, it's subjective, it's not always the truth. It's not credible. It uses propaganda, it's a form of propaganda. Lack of cited evidence, and uses faulty logic. So the best part is that you guys came up with the best definition of bias, way better than I could have come up with, and now you're actually going to be able to remember it. So now as we go into the speeches, we are going to read them through a lens of bias, and we're going to look for examples of bias and subjectivity in the two funeral speeches. Okay? All right, take out your books.